Hello, my dear, and welcome back. Let's see what you need to talk about today. Oh my, you're starting off with the 10 of Swords, a moment of burnout, of having given your all, mentally speaking. You're so done, you genuinely, you feel like your brain is fried. Why is your brain fried? Why is the brain fried? The Knight of Wands, because you've been trying to really push yourself when it comes to your energy. You're trying really hard to get to something or achieve something. This could also be a person in your life trying to push you to kind of do more. It could be a boss, for example, who's making you stay extra time at the end of the day when you don't have the energy, or expecting you to do more work when it's not part of the contract that you made. But it doesn't have to be someone else, it can be yourself. What I'm seeing here is an overextension of your energy. Why is the collective overextending their energy? Oh my God, and now we're flowing. I think you were ready to talk about this. Alrighty, you have the Seven of Pentacles here, a very good card. And you see here, I don't know if it's a crow, I'm not sure, but it is a bird who was sitting there in their nest. I think it is, and it's eating. Oh, I think it's eating another bird's eggs. Some birds do this. Actually, I'm gonna look up which bird it is because it might be relevant here for you. Okay, my dears, this is meant to be a raven. A raven, an animal that is not only associated with messages and the esoteric realm of our existence in a lot of ways, but they are also known to be extremely intelligent and extremely caring. And this is what this raven is doing. It's sitting there with its eggs. I thought it looked like the egg was cracked, and there is some species out there who try to put in their eggs in someone else's basket and have them bring up your kids. There's a name, I'll put the name here of the bird. But yeah, so maybe someone else is also putting in their eggs in your basket and having you work for them, and they are actually getting the benefits at the end of it. Be watchful of that, because I do believe whatever comes up when I'm reading, anything that is simply allowing things to be. And the more you allow things to be, the clearer you sometimes get to the core of the onion and of the message. Okay, so if this is not someone else putting in eggs into your basket in that sense, this card does speak of perseverance. It speaks of putting in a lot of effort, like the raven had to put in a lot of effort to get to a place where it can now watch its eggs hatch, right? Patience, perseverance. And I think this is kind of the energy that you're trying to be in, right? The perseverance. And I'm feeling the heaviness in the heart that is symbolized here in the Three of Swords. This is the heartbreak card. It comes out here in reverse, a really positive thing, as it comes out as well with the Nine of Swords in reverse. The reversals here are indicating to me you are trying to release some sort of a heart wound. This could be a heartbreak. This could be just a core wound within yourself, something from a long time ago that has festered and has left scars within yourself, and that you are trying to get over or heal. Not fully there yet. I do think though that for a lot of you here, I am seeing this is really you trying to get over this. This might be your prerogative. This might have been your prerogative. Oh my God, what a word! For a long time, right? And so you're trying to get out of this energy of maybe a lot of pain. And here the Nine of Swords also shows me a lot of anxiety and pain. And we had here the 10 as the very first card that came out, right? The very first card showing a burnout. Whether you already are at this point or you aren't, please see this as a warning to you, and just as a moment in time for you to take an instance to check in with yourself. Are you overdoing it right now? And if you are overdoing it, my dear, could it be from a place where you feel like this is how you get over whatever pain you're trying to get away from? There might be something there that you still need to address, and you're just trying to do a lot to kind of get over it. And the anxieties that there's something with anxiety here with the Nine of Swords that you're trying to overcome as well. But you're working really hard, and I think you're doing a lot of work in the material world with the pentacles come up here with the raven. when there is a lot of mental stuff going on with you right now. You also had this card that jumped out that I didn't realize only when I went to grab the book to check what animal it was. You have the Death card here. And here you see a very similar card to the yin and yang, to the duality of life as well. Death shown here in this beautiful new thing coming. Right there, you see? There is cycles and things that come to a conclusion, that meet. Things that meet, people that meet. And out of the meeting, there is a new thing that comes out of it. There is an end to one version of life, one version of you, and there is a beginning of a new one. Okay, how can the collective help themselves not fall into this trap, potentially, right, of overdoing it out of anxieties that they have that come from a heartache of some sort? This could be a really old heartache. It could be a matter of self-worth as well. Maybe you in some way, where the conscious or subconscious associate your worth as a human being to the work that you do in this world, or to that which you can give to others. I'm thinking again here of the bird with the eggs, and specifically potentially people taking advantage of someone who is very loving and caring and does good work when it comes to taking care of eggs. So they think, oh, let me put in my stuff there. Maybe you could do this for me too, actually. Okay, so what can you do though to help yourself with this? Wow, we have quite a few cards come out. Oh my, okay, we're gonna go through them. We're gonna shuffle them and see in which order we were gonna speak on them. The Ten of Staves. The Ten of Staves. I'm laughing, my dear, because sometimes you just have to laugh when things are so ironic. You know the song Ironic by Alanis Morissette? When it rains on your wedding day, which, by the way, I feel like that would be a nice thing. But the idea of you have a vision of what your day is going to look like, or your life, and then things come differently. And look, my sweet boy's gone for a wander. He's being so sweet these last few days specifically. Right, but the Ten of Wands, which is this card here, it's just called the Staves. Comparatively speaking, here you're seeing a situation where someone is mentally exhausted. Here it's the energy that is being spoken about. The wands represent the fire element, the spark that lights the flame within you. So this is someone who's taking on a lot of responsibilities. And I think with this coming out, the 10, the ending, and we had the 9s, right? Telling you are getting to a place that, my dear, if this hasn't happened yet, it will, right? You have to recognize all of the stuff that you are putting on your back and that you are making yourself responsible for. That is a lot to carry, dear. And if you continue to do that, you will inevitably fall. You cannot hold this forever. You have to recognize that, oh my, look at this. This is insane. The similarities and the mirroring that I'm seeing here. Just as you have here a 10 being represented here and then coming out in a different deck, showing you there's a shift of perspective and how you look at this stage, right? Here, instead of this 9 of Swords, this anxiety that keeps you up at night, that stresses you out, you have here, instead of that, focus on the dreams that you have, maybe at night. You have here the 9 of Vessels, the 9 of Cups. This is your emotional fulfillment, your own personal emotional fulfillment. Imagine all of these cups representing dreams that you have, things that bring you joy and that make you feel loved and content. All of these are in these cups. And you have accumulated all of that. This is a matter of you showing off a little bit what you already have, all of that which you already gained and done. Instead of seeing then the focus, shifting the focus from this anxiety that you're trying to overcome, putting so much pressure on yourself about getting over something, rather than doing that, see it as you trying to get somewhere. It's not about you getting over a certain hurdle, it's just about you getting to a certain place. How do you get there? If the hurdle is in the way, let's find the way around. Let's if you have to do it, then do it one step at a time. No matter how high that mountain seems, you can do it. You just have to keep at it. And with the focus on what is behind all of that. When you punch someone, you need to visualize that you are punching past them. Do not punch, for example, someone's face. You want to imagine that you're punching behind their head, because by doing that, you are actually bringing in so much more energy that the punch lands in a very different way than when you think that that is the end of your scale where you're going. Why did I go to scales here? Because this is also reminding me of singing. If you are singing and you are struggling with a note, doing a bit here of teaching for singing as well. If you're struggling with a note, it really helps for you not to see the notes and potentially the high notes or the low notes, parts that are more difficult, as up and down, but see the entire phrase of what you are doing as a forward movement. So if you're singing a melody that goes da 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 da, so you go up and down, do not imagine it going da 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 da. So what I just did, you want to visualize yourself singing this da 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 da, like it just goes forward. And it's the same psychological trick that you are applying on yourself, to allow yourself to do a bit more with what you have. Okay, right, do a bit more with what you have. Oh my gosh, another 10, my dudes. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and now the only thing missing is the 10 of Cups, which is your familial bliss and reaching a level of emotional fulfillment that you share with other people in that kind of a connection, in a very intimate connection. Right, the 10 of Pentacles similarly does that, but it is coming from a place of more than building a family. It's more about building a home. It's the material stuff. Rather than the emotional, it's the material and achieving your dreams, I think. I'm seeing someone getting to the top of that hill or whatever goal they wanted and planting their flag. Planting their flag to say, yep, I was here and I did this. And I started. I started where I had to start. The Knight of Staffs here again. The Knight of Staffs, the same card as here, the Knight of Wands. Here I mentioned to you, this is someone who is working with their energy. It's about where they put their energy. They might be being pushed by people to put energy in certain places. Here it's again the card coming up, but it's almost like it's just a reminder of you maybe being that, or you be allowing yourself to get into the energy of being the knight yourself. Do what you gotta do. Know where you put your energy, not from a place of needing to do anything or putting on so much that you eventually break, but recognizing I need to get a horse, my dude. For me to get up this hill, I can't physically do this myself, so I'm gonna need to do this, this, and this, so I can do that. Like here, the knight went from walking, from the 10 of Staffs, he was walking with a lot of shit to carry, to having something to help him with that, having someone, my dear. The 5 of Swords, this is a lose-lose situation. If you don't change the trajectory of whatever's happening right now with you, there will be an ending that is inevitable. And that will allow for something new to come out of it. How you feel about that is separate, my dear. But I think this is just kind of telling you that there has to be a shift from how you see this. I really see there is a mirroring here. We really looked at where you were at mentally, why you're doing this, and how you can still do what you're doing, but from a different place. And I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you're feeling a bit more certain of your path in this world, and continue being a shining light that you are. We're all here to hopefully make this world a better place. Let's do that one introspective thought of it at a time. And if you haven't, maybe you want to subscribe or like. It really helps the channel. Watching my stuff also really helps, my dears. I am trying to get the watch hours up to monetize all of this work that I have out here. But yeah, that's it, my dears. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.